but the gods won't.
Only the finest wares here.
I've got what you need.
Known as Finendrin has been found guilty of the following crimes.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, spinning this thing back up. And I've got something special lined up here.
Dumping said refuse on the head of the Ultimate Commander for ruin.
Got us a critical role view party all set up and waiting.
Finally, knocking over the cart of a Trieste merchant
Let's
while
see if,
attempting to avoid capture. For all of these crimes, this one sentences him to the
Oh, they are live now. An 11-minute countdown. Yeah, critters! What I'm talking about!
Do your trading here.
The wood elf known as Finindrin has been found guilty of the following crimes. Stealing rotten tomatoes and other refuse from stable master Semiral's hidden heap. Dumping said refuse on the head of the Aldmer commander Faruin during his visit to the grandmother. And finally, knocking over the cart of a priestly merchant while attempting to avoid capture. For all of these crimes, this one sentences him to the stocks until such time as he shows proper repentance.
Oh man,
Trading right here.
it's a beautiful pictures. Alright, critters.
The wood elf known as Farengir has been found guilty of the following crimes. Stealing rotten tomatoes and other refuse from stablemaster Semiral's midden heap. Dumping said refuse on the head of the Aldmer commander Faruin during his visit to the grandmother. And finally, knocking over the cart of a Trieste merchant while attempting to avoid capture. For all of these crimes, this one sentences him to the stocks until such time as he shows proper repentance.
Open for business!
Alright. I'm sitting here all quiet and stuff. Y'all can't hear all this chatter going on in the stream in front of me here. I've got all these people talking here. I'm getting ready for in the next 56 seconds. Critical Role Season 3 is going to be starting. That's what you're hearing live on stream right now. I fully expect this is probably going to be a flag stream. We'll see. Can we get some focus?
Hello everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Campaign 3 of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons & Dragons. Wow. After a brief hiatus and some getting to play with some new friends, we are back for Campaign 3, and I'm super excited.
It's a real thing.
Yeah. So hello, everyone. Thank you to come join us, all the critters who've been with us for short or long periods of time, and welcome all the new critters that are here for the first time. But before we jump into tonight's episode and kick this campaign off, we do have some announcements to get through. Bear with us. We're going to get through as fast as possible because it's been a while.
It's been a while.
But let's begin with our sponsor for tonight, Hit Point Press. Sam.
The first ad of campaign 3, so buckle up.
Here we go!
Woo. Want an adventure where fun is guaranteed and death is very likely? The folks at Hit Point Press have the campaign setting for you. Shut up. Based on the popular YouTube animated series by Dingo Doodles, Fool's Gold Into the Bellowing Wilds is a high-level jungle-themed setting in which you can uncover the mysteries of the world's deadliest jungle. Face new monsters like sheep and ducks and tinker with new alchemy to create over 1 million very questionable potions. It contains heaps of new content, including an adventure module for new and experienced adventurers, plus materials to use in your own campaigns. Check it out at foolsgold5e.com.
Wow.
Wow.
Well done. That's a speed read.
Is that it? Is that
Yeah,
the entire...
it's for people new to Critical Role. Sometimes I do like wacky, zany ad things for the sponsorship, but tonight, sticking to the script. That's it.
Really?
No, Matt, of course not. I wrote a Broadway musical that the sponsor did not ask for and has never seen before, and I'm gonna perform it for you guys right now.
Oh God! No! What's happening? What's happening? No!
Honey, it's 3 in the morning. Do you still have writer's block?
Yes, damn it. Unless I finish this commercial, I'm never gonna make it, and you'll never respect me.
Oh, can't you just get a job at the factory like the other husbands? What more do you need?
You know what I need. I need the greatest gift of all. I need someone like them.
When I'm feeling down in the dumps, life is dishing out its lumps. Our stomachs only full of butterflies. No food, no hope, no motivation.
A big heart?
But no creation. My mind is crying, dying to advertise. Won't someone sponsor me? Take out that checkbook and just sponsor me. I swear that there's a ton of products I can sell. So come on, what the hell? Just take my hand and hear my honest plea. And please sponsor me.
What's this? A telegram?
It's from Hit Point Press. They want to buy commercial time on the first episode of Campaign 3.
Honey, you mean...
That's right. We made it, baby. We're gonna be okay.
Grab a hold and don't let go. 'Cause there's a sign and it's shown that, baby, we don't need to get divorced.
No, we don't. The ad execs open their doors. A love way more important than yours. Your multinational company endorsed.
They chose to sponsor me. Spent their commercial budget properly. I've finally broken through and earned some validation from this fine corporation. When they called me up and chose to honor me.
Change the key.
Honor me.
Change the key.
Now someone sponsors me. They took that checkbook and they sponsor me. You'll see that there's a ton of sponsors I can land. So come on, take my hand. 'Cause shilling paves the road to prosperity. Now sponsor me.
No more days. Go to bed a bit longer. Go to bed a bit longer.
Was that too self-indulgent?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sweating in my jacket.
Thank you so much.
What the fuck, Sam?
Keep that a secret.
My face hurts.
Back to you, Matt.
Oh my God.
Oh, special thanks to Mary Elizabeth McGlynn. And composer extraordinaire Neil Acree for doing the.
You guys are ridiculous.
She didn't
Oh my
say
God.
shit.
No.
She's good. She's good.
So good.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Hip Press. I guess here we go. And the excitement had mentioned new set, by the way.
Oh,
Super excited to be here. Wanted to thank all of you for joining us live in our Twitch chat and on YouTube. But if you want to be part of the Twitch chat, you have to come over to our official Twitch channel. And I think that's all I have for that one. But yes. I got lost in the page.
Seems so
there.
abrupt.
I know. It was like, and that's it. I thought I had more. But yeah, thank you for joining us. And here's chat, I guess. There you go. Marisha, you have some.
Oh, yes. Hello. I'm Marisha Ray, the creative director of Critical Role. Here with a few FYIs for those who are joining us for the first time. See, now it has context. Yeah. VODs for each episode of Critical Role are available immediately after the broadcast here on Twitch for our channel subscribers, of course, and will be available on YouTube Mondays.
YouTube. That's mobile YouTube.
Mondays at noon.
My favorite Pokemon.
Also, a podcast version of episodes will be available a week after the initial broadcast. So that means you can find this episode as a podcast wherever you enjoy podcasts on Thursday, October the 28th. And then starting in 2022, this is important, we'll take the last Thursday of every month off to give viewers extra time to catch up, Matt extra time to prep and plan, us time to maybe sleep, and then probably actually not do those things and air a bunch of new content instead.
Yeah.
And then you can stay up to date on our weekly schedules. Check out our programming posts every Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific on critroll.com.
Fantastic.
Ashley Johnson, president of the Critical Role Foundation.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Apparently.
No, don't make it a thing. Don't make it a thing.
Hello, I'm Ashley Johnson, president of Critical Role Foundation, our 501c3 nonprofit. Woo!
Yeah.
I think it's that one. Okay.
Well-oiled machine.
Split the dip.
So, all of us here, we just want to thank everyone who has donated to our Shanti Bhavan campaign.
Yes.
With your help, we are funding a new girls' dormitory and finishing funding for their music program at the Shanti Bhavan School to help build an enriched life for students from India's lowest socioeconomic class. So to learn more, it's amazing. Go check it out. And to learn more about CRF and our mission.
Yeah, no, it's
You're
going.
killing
To
it.
learn more
doing
about
great.
CRF and our mission to leave the world better than we found it, check out criticalrolefoundation.org.
Yeah, actually.
USA.com, but it's .org.
You did it. You did it.
Woo!
Proud of you. Proud of you.
Rusty!
Laura, your turn.
It's me! That's right. Okay. I'm
Better
going to
choice.
bring you merchandise announcements. Ta-da! Okay, wait. I'll just tell you what they
Oh
are.
boy.
First thing up is our Campaign 3 commencement hoodie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
I'll
great.
show just the front first.
All right, here's the front because it's
But
right
then
They don't have an
the
extra hoodie yet.
action's in the back.
Yeah.
The adventure begins.
So yeah,
what it
this
says.
is available right now.
Felchin.
It's from our artist, Jordan Torrance. She's amazing. It's available in our US and CA store? Canada stores. I thought California. I was like, why is that separate? US and California. So yeah, this is available right now. It's just like our other hoodies. It's great. Okay, next up.
Well,
About 1,000, you guys.
Doing it.
Next up, okay. I'm excited about this, but I'm also excited about this.
I haven't seen this. What's this?
Oh, this is like a surprise. You guys, yeah. Some of you haven't seen this.
I haven't seen this.
It's a dress. It's a hoodie dress.
Oh, that's actually really cute.
Inspired by Vexolia.
Oh, that's cool.
That is so cool.
It's got thumb holes.
Oh!
Guys, the thumb
magician's
holes are the best.
assistant ever.
Anyway, it's by artist Adrian Helton. It's got a Vex patch on the chest.
Nice.
The wood elf known as Finnegan has been found guilty of the following
It's got
crimes.
a whole bunch of stuff. It's available at our US, UK, Australia, and Canada stores. Check it out. I'm excited to have a dress in the store. And,
Stealing rotten tomatoes
Okay,
and other
I don't know whether to
refuse from
say
stable
this
master
next or the
Samuel's
next
meat
part
and
next.
cheese.
I'm gonna say this part next. We watched a whole bunch
Dumping
of shit
said refuse
when
on the head of the ultimate
we were on
commander
break,
for
and so I'm
ruin
gonna run
during
through
his
some
visit
of
to
it
the
right now
grandmother.
because, like, I didn't get to talk about any of it, and I'm so excited about a lot of
And
it. Okay,
finally,
first up, let's talk about this
knocking over
shirt.
the cart of a
It's
priestly
a Henry
merchant while
Crab
attempting to
Grab.
For
Look at that,
all
and it
of
goes
these
so well
crimes,
with our
this one
Fiordi
sentences
lounge
him to
shorts,
the
which I
stocks
passed over to
and
Travis to
such
hold
times he
up.
shows proper repentance.
So soft.
So soft, they're
Put
great.
your
They've
package in.
got pockets. It's got pockets.
You don't
And
even
your
need
buns
underwear.
on this side.
We also have pet bow ties and handkerchiefs.
You can also wear them yourself.
You can totally wear them yourself, and I do wear them myself. Bow ties? Look how cute these are. We've also got Chaos Crew scrunchies. So you can match your dog. That's right. Well, these ones have a critter pattern.
Boy, we're a little
and
rusty.
these ones
Yeah, I think.
right. Which I might
Chaos Crew.
save one for me because I'm probably going to use it tonight. And then, we have face masks that came out that are great for Halloween.
Yes, not the birthday.
Not the brave face masks in adult sizes and children's sizes.
Kid sizes too.
Is that everything that I had? I think that's everything that I had. There's also more stuff. Check out our shops. And last thing that I'm gonna say, a lot of people have been hitting me up on Twitter and hitting up us on Twitter, and I know that you guys have wanted a European store for a long time, and I want to let you know that we're in the works.
Let's go!
That's pretty great.
That is great.
It's in the works. It's
Long
coming
time
soon. That's all I got.
Thank you, Laura. All right, with that, I guess it's time. Let's go ahead and jump into tonight's first episode of Critical Role.
Oh, Buying, trading right here.
I would like to welcome you to Marquette. The year is 843 PD, or post-divergence. A landmass once marred by a vengeful god during the calamity. The staggeringly twisted mountain ranges created in its wake divided the regions that have now developed into a varied and beautiful continent. The epicenter of this ancient destruction created the Rumadam Desert, a vast expanse of sand dunes and rocky landmarks that encompasses nearly a third of Marquette. Dotted with oasis townships surrounding the central city of Ank'Harel, known as the Jewel of Hope. Here, the long-living ruler Jamansa Ord and their Hands of Ord keep the peace and prosperity of their people protected. Beyond the Rumadam Desert and its sister desert, the Penegriff Sands, to the south, lies the gloomed jungles of Aeshenador, a shaded territory of treacherous wilderness and careful guard by the historically orcish erudite society of Eos. Here, many skilled dreamers seek the Marquesian peak of collegiate study and social influence within the political powerhouse of its ruling council, the Court of the Lambent Path. To the southwest, a towering range of mountain spires climb into the clouds known as the Talland Highlands, where massive shelves and plateaus scattered among the peaks are home to elevated valleys abundant with agriculture and rural life, before reaching to the apex, where the military might of the region is held by the Stratos throne. Near the center of this continent, the rugged badlands known as the Hellcatch Valley acts as the roadway nexus between the cage-like mountain ranges of Marquette, where numerous independent villages and cities survive among the harsh, dusty canyons and compete for dominance. The history of Marquette is filled with vibrant culture, incredible discoveries, political intrigue, and inter-region warfare that recently culminated 2 decades back in a years-long conflict known as the Apex War between the Stratos throne and the Court of the Lambent Path that left both sides exhausted, expended, and without victory. This truce has continued to this day as both factions continue the slow work to rebuild their societies to their former glory. Our story, however, begins to the northwest of the Hellcatch Valley, within the natural boundaries of the Serpentwine Peaks, where the lush jungle valley of the Odiran Wilds thrums with life and mystery. Here among the vines and mists that choke the uncarved paths of the rainforest, howling beasts in long dormant shadows are rumored to hide among the lost relics of ancient days. Here, the dense jungle canopy is home to numerous towns along the honored trails, where travelers and traders trudge through the dangerous wilds to seek their fortunes. Here, from the central jungle floor rises 5 tower-like mountains that reach for the heavens, where upon their rocky exterior, numerous streets and urban districts have been carved into them to form a singular city connected by bridge and cable. These spires glow with the thousands of lights and lanterns that mark the Odiran Wild's capital city of Drusar, home to the Chande Quorum that oversees and controls the larger populace of the region. The spiraling streets bustle with life and chatter beneath the cloud-dappled blue sky, where the innumerable birds fly among the Simurgh riders that keep watch. Here, in Drusar, is where our story begins. I would like Laura and Marisha to remain at the table while the rest of you exit, if you don't mind.
Oh, wow.
Go, 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 go.
Everybody out. Get out, get out, get out, get out. Hurry up. Hurry up.
Have fun. I love you. Don't die. I love you. Okay, okay. What if we die before you get here? Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
God, I gotta get a page.
So, we begin with the rocking sensation of one of the various engineered cable cars making its way, dangling from one of the many cables that connects the 5 different spires of Drusar. As the 2 of you now ride up within, just the 2 of you for now, the rest of the interior appears to be empty at the moment. But as you coast along the way, it's shifting and rocking, small windows outside giving you a beautiful view of the jungle mists that are just beginning to slowly return after being burned away by most of the midday sun. You glance at each other as you head and climb towards the airy spire. To that point, Laura, if you'd like to describe it.
Laura. Oh gosh, okay. A young lady, with long, light purple hair, a yellow scarf around my neck. I look a little bit, maybe shy, like I'm trying to hide myself from other people. A light blue dress. Just keeping myself tucked back a little bit. And looking mildly uncomfortable as we rattle along. You just kind of hold on to your arm, nodding up, that's all right. You feeling okay? A little sick. I just, I never get used to these things.
Human, correct?
I am a human.
Now, Marisha, if you would like to describe yourself.
All right. Oh, goodness. Don't fuck this up. You see a also youngish-looking woman, not as young as Imogen over here. Long, scraggly, dark hair with a shock of white going through the top of her bangs. She has it pulled back into a half-up bun with a rock chisel holding it up. Her skin is pale, and her eyes are big, a little bulbous with dilated pupils, almost doll-like. Her lips are dark, and she's wearing tattered, scraggly clothes, black skirts, and a
rude brother.
blood
Lie
maroon
back. Rejoin
blouse.
the one. as
You can
all
see
things
she's very
must.
thin,
I
gaunt,
do not fear this group,
and
brother,
around her belt,
but I
with some tools and odds and ends, is a dead rat with a bird's skull.
Zeus,
I made
his
it myself.
soul?
Gross.
What is this?
Now, you've been here in the city for a short period, a handful of days. As part of this journey, you, Imogen, you went to the Ascension's Rise University, seeking to see if perhaps there was a way of utilizing their extensive library for research materials. You have yourself something you're looking into, but the university itself only keeps its grounds for those who are enrolled there or have approval. So instead, you went over to the Starpoint Conservatory, also on the area. They gave you pretty much the same answer, but said you may submit a formal request, and you left behind, and have heard nothing for 2 weeks. Now, as you climb up higher and higher to check in to see if perhaps there's been any movement within the conservatory, you can watch the edge of the area go closer and closer as the shifting of it begins to clatter with some of the slight imperfections in the metallic cable pulling you forward. Some of the nearby birds that have roosted on the cliffside as you get towards the spire edge itself scatter off upon approach.
You'd think they would get better cables with as often as people use these things. Maybe in time. Are you feeling pretty good about your little essay that you wrote? No. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good.
They'll, give us the time of day this time.
Sure.
Just a little nudge, maybe.
Well, I guess let's find out.
I forget, is the Eyrie Spire quite as crowded as the Core Spire is?
Not by any means. The Ares Spire is the tallest and technically smallest of the spires. It is more of a thin peak amongst the other four. But this is where a handful of upper Mahan houses or nobles live, but it's largely consumed by these two different, like the university, the Ascension's Rise University and the Starpoint Conservatory, as well as a handful of other guilds that use the space predominantly for their business. But as you come to rest at this point, you can see the massive construct that is responsible for winding up the cable that allows the car to descend upon its track and return, finishes its work, blocks it over, and then goes into kind of a stasis mode. The side of the door kind of comes ajar, and you can already see right there, it looks to be a small, dark-skinned halfling who's wearing one of the kind of general dark greenish and gold-trimmed outfits of those that run the various cable gondolas throughout the city. Wordlessly just kind of waits for you to exit.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cabled gondola.
You're supposed to give tips here. Is this a
I
tip?
hope not.
I mean, it's almost like a steampunk.
We
haven't been doing
that.
that. No.
No. It's fine.
Continuing the familiar path along this extremely high portion of the city. It is unnerving the moment you step off of this, as you're about 15, 20 feet from what would be a drop for hundreds and hundreds of feet into the jungle floor below. The mist actually obscures a majority of the jungle floor from here, and you can just see just the faint detail of the canopy below, as hundreds of birds occasionally dot aspects of the misty landscape below you.
Still adjusting to the heights.
No, I love it once we're off those cables.
Yeah.
It's beautiful up here.
Continuing to follow the stone pathways you've traversed once before, you bypass the massive and almost gaudy Ascension's Rise University and make your way instead to the multi-level courtyard that surrounds the exterior of the conservatory. Here you can see each large platform step get smaller and smaller as it rises towards the massive double, almost gold-plated doors with the handles up front. They sit mostly readily ajar for at least two people to walk in shoulder to shoulder. The 25-foot wide doors themselves stay that way unless it's closed for the evening. As you kind of carefully step in, passing by the garden's beautiful fauna and the torch-topped pillars that kind of guide you into the entryway, you hear this gentle, sourceless music that just kind of apparates in the air around you. Calming, if a little unnerving, that you do not see where it comes from.
Like they just have ambient music, just atmospheric.
Just gentle atmospheric music as you step in.
How do they do that? It's so calming.
There at the front desk set up, you see in a massive circular position as it kind of climbs up to the sides, and on each end you can see statues of previous tutors that took up residence here within the conservatory. You see a female halfling looking towards you with darker hair, kind of an olive complexion, these shaded glasses that kind of sit at the edge of her nose, these green eyes that peek from above the lenses. You've spoken with this individual once before, and you recall her name to be the Escritore Cunthia. Escritore being her title.
Tore.
Cunthia.
Cunthia.
Cunthia. But
Okay.
Ooh, I almost sneezed.
Esca something.
Escatore. Escatore Cunthia.
immediately looks up and makes eye contact. Hello, might I help you?
Do you remember me? We came
That
here
was
a couple
violent.
weeks ago.
Right. Have you not been contacted?
No, and I just figured, you know, the windowed wall is such a packed-in sort of area that maybe you got our address wrong, and you have been trying to contact us, and I just wanted to make sure you knew that we were available for an appointment whenever you needed.
Allow me to inquire beyond the doors and see if there has been any sort of adjustment or change in your request process.
Thank you so much.
Excuse me.
Thank
She
you.
steps down and begins to make her way out to a side chamber, and you hear the door.
Oh, she hates us.
I can tell she just can't stand us.
There's nobody within the room, but these marble halls are spacious. You can hear your voice echoing and bouncing a bit amongst the long marble flooring. At first you think you're being you feel like you're not being watched or attended to anybody, but Laudna, you do glance up and can see what looks to be these two stone hawks that sit at the top of these pillars. And as you kind of look up and glance, one of them kind of shifts its head and glances in your direction.
Whoa.
Hello.
Hello.
Look at the bird.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Is that where the music's coming from, too?
Oh, it's also a speaker.
The door shifts open and you watch as Cynthia steps out, carrying what looks to be a small piece of paper or an envelope or some sort of folded thing. This was intended to be delivered but could not find your boat. But
See, I knew it. They're just gonna say, Miss Imogen, Timmel, that's me. I'm just gonna open it up right now. I hope you don't mind, because I would love to find out when we finally get to come, because, you know, we came really far to be able to do this. Miss Imogen Timmelt, you spelled my name wrong, but that's all right. We are appreciative.
Right, it looked like this trial's getting on the road.
regarding our internal collection
Finally.
of historical records. Unfortunately, much effort has gone into the acquisition of our library for studious purposes, and at this time, the conservatory cannot allow individuals not enrolled within the conservatory, nor granted approval by either the Guru Coterie or the Shandai
Coterie.
entry to our...
Face my fury.
Okay, cool, fine. Yeah, that's great.
I like her accent.
have a good day.
No, I actually have one more question. How would one get approval from the Guru Coterie?
You would have to have somebody on the country speak on your behalf.
Great. How do we talk to them?
Do you know anybody? Family, friends?
If you already have your connections, then you can utilize them. If not, well, then I cannot help you.
It's just, you know, it's really important to us because you know, it's been kind of hard for both of us. We've faced a lot of adversity coming to see you. You know, we heard wonderful things, and so it's really hard to find out that, you know, all we want to do is learn. All we want to do is find out some information.
My feet, bloody.
Even if you kill
on the bottom.
That's not
you
what we're
won't
walking
stop
here.
our plan.
So far.
We don't need to learn about her feet necessarily.
They're really gross.
Trust me, you don't want to say.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Oh God! First roll.
Let's roll the campaign.
Don't fuck it up.
Okay.
Don't fuck it up.
I'm just gonna choose this one.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. That's great. Persuasion. Setting it off. Oh, you know what? No, that's still pretty big. 12?
12.
It's not as bad as it could have been.
She listens to your pleading, lingers a bit on the detailed description of your bloody feet.
I'll see you right now.
Before glancing back to you. Your best bet, if you do not have a connection to the country, would be to appeal to the Chende Golem, and whether it be through deeds or goodwill, have them speak on your behalf. Send a letter of recommendation.
All right.
An appeal. And where do we talk to the Shande Quorum? Where do we find them?
Well, if they're meeting on the core spire, specifically, it would be on the Chande chambers, which are on the very top of the core spire.
Right, yeah.
However, they are carefully guarded, and you require to speak with anybody to give information. The Chande Quorum is anonymous, so to speak directly is impossible. But
Do you know anyone on the Chande Quorum?
nobody knows who is on the Chande Quorum.
Oh, anonymous. Yeah, but I thought maybe it was anonymous to the public, but certain people knew it.
I'm certain there are people who know, but I am not at that station myself. I'm sorry, I wish I could be of more help.
How long are these appointments usually backed up?
I could not tell. Not dealt. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Do you work here all the time?
I'm not the only escutore, but I do handle the ship.
Thank you. How often is the conservatory open? Is it an all day, all night sort of situation?
Outside of members of the conservatory, the student body, it is only open during the light of the day. Students have access to it all day.
Great. Maybe we should just become students here.
I could go back to school. That would be fun. Ooh.
I have to get to business. I need some tea. Thank you for your time.
Great. Thank you. Yeah. How do we enroll? How do you become a student here?
I don't know. I always felt like this was always for the fancy and rich people who could afford.
This looks like an expensive sort of place.
It does look very expensive, but I don't know. Maybe they have grants. You know, programs we could get into.
Yeah.
Financial.
Can I just open up my my mind a little bit and see if I can just hear the thoughts of Miss Kuthia?
Certainly. Are you using a spell slot or just your feature?
Just opening up my mind.
All right. Wisdom saving throw. As you...
Oh, did I have to roll? Did I have to roll?
You will when you use this.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
But first, as you kind of step just beyond the range of your awareness and this capability of creeping in and seeping into someone's mind,
you down.
you are met with an obstinate willpower and a figure that has likely been trained due to their station to be somewhat resistant to such prodding.
Makes sense.
However you use that.
Yeah. That'll take me out. It's plus my... What is it?
The DC would be 10 plus the number of...
Yeah, no. 100% don't reach that.
Okay. While her voice does not seem to connect with your extended will, a number of other whispers begin to cross paths as you exit the conservatory, make your way down the conservatory steps. Other students that walk by and employees of the conservatory, you can hear their voices all creeping in, and it's starting to give you a headache. It hurts a bit.
Imogen, wait. Before I leave, Kunthia, darling.
Yes?
Do you have like a pamphlet or something? Like
Pamphlet.
little introduction to the school, like in case
I love the accent.
consider enrolling, you know, just doing a little campus tour trip.
No.
Huh. Wait, how do you even fucking enroll then? How do you get into this place?
How do you fucking enroll then?
If you just wander in off the street without doing the research, well, that does not bode well for a student's inquiry, does it?
I find that quite ironic, considering I came here.
Oh, I heard that.
Disrupting our work.
Good day.
Good day.
Miss.
Imogen?
From the
As you head off and step down the stairs, you can see there's two cats that are probably conservatory wild creatures that wander about. They both stop and turn and hiss at you as you walk by. Rush off into the bushes.
Darling, you're right. No, it's fine. Let's get out of here. It's getting crowded.
Oh, you've got to be fucking shitting me.
She's out of eggs.
All right. Let's pick up some tea on the way too.
Oh, that's smart.
Returning to the wire gondola relatively soon after you disembarked, you pay the ferry cost of 1 silver each.
And those two universities are the only ones up here.
Correct. The high-end universities. There are other places of learning, but they're not as like lauded nationwide as much.
Okay. It's Ivy League.
One of them. If Ivy League's even that great.
Oh, right. It doesn't just...
Sorry, if you're Ivy League.
And 10 silver make a gold? No. 10 silver
10
make a
gold.
Okay.
You're correct. But you ride the gondola back down to the core spire. Descending as the afternoon gets later, you immediately step off and enter the main thoroughfare here, bustling with people of all walks of life. You hear the heavy footfalls of a figure that kind of pushes past, kind of hitting your shoulder a bit, Imogen. And you watch as a a massive elephant folk kind of step by, holding a large kind of netted cluster of gathered fruits and vegetables. One honestly. Oh, I'm so good.
That's fine. We're just kind of interlocked.
I mean, are we ever gonna find out anything? Maybe we should just leave this place and go find another city.
We always have that option. I know. I felt so good about coming here when it was... First... You'd be interacting with civilization for a while. I have high hopes for it, but...
Oh, you gotta be kidding me again.
We have, yeah.
I need a cigarette after that fucking.
Honestly, anticipated somebody running me out of this city far sooner, so the fact that it hasn't happened yet.
Mrs., excuse me, so sorry. And you turn over and you can see one of the Qatari folk, kind of lion-like in appearance, with a heavy kind of medium brown mane that has been pulled back and kind of put over the shoulders, and it goes around the mid-back or so, with a very light kind of tan fur coloration in the face, thinner for a Qatari. Approaches with a colorful blouse on what looks to be a small kind of hand-carried carp, all manner of jewelry made of nuts and pieces of wood that have been carved, and goes, "Sorry to bother you, but I had to say this would look incredible on either one of you or both of you if you're interested. You have some great sense, but
Both
you know,
of you at the same time, even.
I'm just gonna hold on to my coin purse.
Yeah.
Any interest? It's a special price this afternoon." Like it's locking eyes on you and starting to kind of scoot a little bit away.
I think we're fine.
You sure?
Oh, this is going on for
Special
a minute with
5
just the
copper
2 of
for
them.
this beautiful beach nut necklace. Kind of clatters together. It looks okay.
I think we're fine.
Yeah?
I think we're fine.
Very well. Continue on your way if you'd like. Takes it and places it back in this cart and quickly picks it up and moves off. Excuse me, miss! And just kind of already skitters off to the side. It's at this point, Lana, you notice there's a pair of dwarven children that are kind of off the side of this small island, just kind of staring right at you.
I gotta get up there, I gotta get up there.
Spook can kind of retract, but not
Chase
completely
you
out of the
down,
way.
small ones.
What'd you see?
Could have almost been a tragedy.
Share the fire with you.
Spooked, it seems. Where did they go? Are they still looking?
They're still looking. They feel like they hid, but they're still peeking around the side of the corner.
I'm curious.
Spit melt you away.
They both
Proc
kind of immediately go and
outsiders.
try and hide further down the alley. As you kind of step off to the side, you can see bits of shattered cloth that was part of an archway that's been kind of just left to slight ruin down the path. And it goes about 15 or so feet. It's leftover rotted bits of wood, empty boxes that have been kind of placed there for storage and forgotten. You can see a little bit of the stonework in the alley itself slowly eroded over time. There's a patch of mud there. Right around the very, very back where you see where those boxes are, both children just kind of...
Are we playing hide and seek?
They both look terrified.
I jump out. High bound.
They both scream and run past you. One runs through your legs. They both scatter out into the street.
You know, I don't think it goes over quite as well as you think it does, you know?
I love kids.
So,
Do they love?
Lana, no. They don't.
Soak you in
They're like, you
spit.
know, fun, scary, like...
Fun, scary.
Yeah.
I am fun, scary.
Lana, you're scary.
Fun, scary.
Yeah. But in a good way.
Thank you.
Yeah. Comes in handy.
I kind of want to just talk to the kids. I feel like maybe they know something.
They know something what? Like how to get into the, you know, maybe they could sneak into the conservatory.
Yeah, maybe they know. Like kids know stuff like that, like weird little sewer entrances, because they're tiny, so they fit in small places.
We could get into a sewer in the spire
Right to
and
the
go up
pieces.
through the sewer and come up out in the middle of the library and the conservatory.
You know, I wonder what those shadow creatures. They would have paths of that. That's a good point.
Children!
Crush you like falling
Children!
boulder.
I don't think it's gonna work, Lana.
Make a perception check.
Spit melt you away.
Good. 8 total.
Ooh.
Those children are gone. They have scattered to the four winds and likely have adopted a new name.
More children. Dreams tonight.
You can see there's an older woman right off next to Lana that hears her say she'll find more children in this.
Oh, fuck. Let's go.
I gotta get eggs.
As you both begin to wander off to find one of the larger marketplaces here.
Soak you in
I would
spit.
like to ask Sam and Taliesin.
I'm ready. I'm so ready.
Oh my god. It's Ethan.
Hi.
Ashley. Your eyes flutter open. The air familiarly stale.
Spit melt you away.
Slightly feel the hint of a hangover, but as you kind of rub your eyes and sit up, you are on your standard sleeping cot here in the Crook House, surrounded by the what would be considered destitute interior by anyone of means, but to you, it's colorful and it's fun. A lot of cobbled together, half-torn tapestries and colorful strings of gems and beads of no worth that give a character to it. The place has a very, very vibrant, whatever you find at the bottom of the gutter and polish off beautifully. But here in the Crook House, you're not sure what time it is. It could be 4 in the morning, it could be 4 in the afternoon. No light makes its way down here. It's going to be the odd nature of being here in the Fonzie Hollow in the center of the core spire. This empty cylindrical space that resides in the central area of the core spire, where many of the folk go to disappear intentionally, to be away from the streets and find community amongst the others who don't want to engage too heavily in society, for all of its good and bad. The inside of the hollow itself is this hundreds and hundreds of feet of climbing ladders and walkways and rafters and just a mass collection of odd pieces of bamboo and metal and wood and cables that are strung together to create a network of climbable space to reach any of the numerous tunnels that exit from the center of the spire out to the main streets.
Haha! Spit melt
People
you
come here to be
away!
forgotten. Or people are thrown here to be forgotten. What do you call it? If you like to describe yourself,
Ashton, they are an Earth Genasi with green stone skin and a dark purple crystal hair.
Soak you in spit!
On the shorter end of things.
Crush outsiders!
They're wearing an awful lot of leather that looks like they've been wearing it for a very, very long time with red fabric lining it. They've got leather pouches, a bit of everything to keep little bits and pieces together. Some piercings made mostly of nails. And very obviously, a giant hole in the left side of their head that has been filled with slag glass, and beneath the slag glass there's a little bit of an opalescent brain that can be seen through, and one of the eyes on the cracked side is milky like a tiger's eye gem. The cracks run most of the upper left side of the body and have been patched together with what looks like slag melted gold to piece everything together. They also have on the back of their very hand-decorated jacket the words, "Just don't." And a big glass hammer that they carry around that very, very gently, just around the base of it, says "fuck off." So that's Ashton.
As you stir for a moment and kind of sit up, in your bearings, a familiar voice goes, "So when are you gonna wake up? You're being lazy." So you hear Milo from around the corner.
Fuck off! What time is it?
It's afternoon.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
To this point, you begin to take in the smell of some sort of cooking meat that's filled the room a bit. And as you push past the hanging lantern to your left and what looks like a kind of a makeshift kind of cloth bed that dangles between two portions of the room, you can see on the work shelf to one side and the kind of metal iron skillet placed upon a little heated device that Milo has created. You see Milo. Now, Milo, to bring this over here.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. I'm trying to show you everything. So he's a non-binary human, kind of early 20s. He's like funny beige skin, large glasses, and a knitted cap. And they're in the process of cooking up some food. And said, as soon as you're ready, there'll be food. It's almost done.
That's fucking brilliant. Shit.
Scrapes it off onto a piece of sheet metal, kind of puts a couple small bolts off and kind of places them back in a shelf that they keep.
Could have used that. That's okay. Have you seen fresh cut grass around?
Melt you away! Crush outsiders!
Hey! Letters! As you are just kind of milling about, taking in the space, impatient for anything to happen, but not quite ready to do anything on your own. You hear Milo shout out and the rousing sounds of Ashton around the corner. if you would like to describe yourself.
Sure. Wheeling into the room is a short automaton with yellow metallic skin, a cute little backpack. They has two big blue eyes of different shapes. He's got a wheel that he rolls around on. On his chest plate are 4 stripes that sort of look like blades of grass down his chest plate. And he's a robot.
He's a robot.
And as he wheels into the room, well, smiley day there. Ashton, how you doing? How was your stasis? I've been sort of waiting here on standby, waiting for your designation. Are you almost ready to go?
The stasis was short. Protein is incoming. Protein is incoming, right?
Protein is ready. I'll hand it over to you.
Short? I mean, you had to be out for at least 11 hours. Like, is that all? Do you need more than that?
I could have done with 14, 15 easily.
Wow.
Are you hungry as well?
Oh, I had some bolts already. I'm good to go.
No!
Thank you though, Milo, and thank you for patching up my whole thing over here.
Oh,
I appreciate it.
Trust me, my honor. As a person who dabbles in, automation on a lower arcane level, it's not every day you get the option to work with something quite as deep as you, I'd say.
Well, I'm very pleased that working on me gave you value.
Soak you in spit.
Anyway, I'm gonna get back to my work. You do anything today? You just lounging around again?
Thought I'd head up, maybe show fresh cut grass around a little bit, see something. Unless you've got something that needs to be picked up, any work, I could certainly use the work if you have them.
Anything that really hits your specialty. I've been doing some minor repairs around the windowed wall for a bit.
Okay, because I'm bored, so I'll do some stupid shit right now.
Honestly, we could use a little bit of excitement around here, so stupid shit away.
We're doing stupid shit?
I figure that's the best way to spend a day. Or what's left of it.
Feels like we've been doing a lot of stupid shit since we got here.
Oh, you're catching on. That's good.
All right.
That's good, you're sharp.
So I guess after you finish up breakfast and maybe tidy up yourself? Nope. All right. We'll just go then.
Let's go see what's happening upstairs.
All right. So as you climb this kind of multi-leveled, truncated hovel that has odd stairs and ladders that lead you up to the area where it exits out onto the side of the wall of the center of the hollow, you pass by Ani. This is Aniata. You see the half-elf, half-orc, kind of young performer. Kind of looks to be in her early 20s, kind of sitting down with this for as rough as her clothing is, this really nice-looking loot that you're uncertain if she saved up for it necessarily or got it off the back of somebody's cart. Who knows? But it's sitting there in the process of just quietly practicing, and as you begin to practice, goes, glad you both finally decided to do something today.
Oh, fuck off.
You fuck off.
Please tell me you have something that needs lifting. Oh, please, do you have a show? Do you need something carried? I just want a little cash.
Nope, sorry. I'm practicing for an audition because I want to actually maybe get a spot in the Dreamscape Theater for Stuvan, and that would actually, I don't know, earn us a little money in this household.
The Dreamscape Theater, did you say?
Yeah, Stuvan's Dreamscape Theater here.
What's that? What's that?
It's a performance auditorium. It's where people of all sort of believed skill sets go and try and wow the crowd.
I mean, that sounds amazing, and you're hopeful to perform there?
It's amazing, depending on what you consider art. Some of the music I've heard there is pretty bad.
It's pretty iffy.
Well, maybe you can raise the bar.
Well, that's the hope.
Do you actually have to perform for Stuvan, or no?
I actually don't have an audition yet, but I'm practicing for when I get one.
Oh, heaven help you. God.
Well, I guess just out there, unless you need us to go find out when auditions are being held or anything.
What do you want from me?
They're very friendly. I don't know how to turn it off and stop that part. But,
I hate it.
I keep being told it's gonna grow on me.
Hi.
If you hear anything, just let me know. I'm just gonna stay here and practice.
Well, look forward to the new show regardless. Keep it up.
I'll let you know if I can pull myself together for some sort of a performance anytime soon.
I believe in you.
Crap.
I believe in you as well.
Makes it worse.
They're not joking though.
I know we just met, but I definitely believe in you.
Get out.
All right, fuck off.
Please.
Fuck
Good
off.
Morning!
Begins tuning and adjusting a bit. Stepping out into the hollow, you immediately see this large cylindrical space that climbs up at a mostly vertical way and descends for another 100 or so feet. It looks extremely dangerous, if not for the hundreds of various cables and ropes that are carved from wall to wall and attached to pylons and other kind of anchor points that everyone can kind of pull their way up and climb these endless pieces of scaffolding and ladders that just make their way all around this inner space. You could see entranceways and doors and tunnels to all little homes and cavern nooks where people have essentially set up and squatted. There isn't a lot of oversight to the hollow necessarily, so it's great for those who want to be off the grid a bit. So, leading your way through.
Well, I figure we've seen a lot of the underground of the core spire. Why don't we take you upstairs and actually see some sky for a change?
Oh, that sounds lovely. We don't have a job yet, though.
I mean, not yet, no.
All right.
I'm working on it. You can work on it too.
Sure. I'll ask around. See what
Actually, that might be better. I've kind of figured out who I'm already working for in this town. I think getting new clients is not my specialty.
Oh, well, don't sell yourself short. I'm sure you've got, you present yourself as sort of rough around the edges and, brusque a little bit.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's a heart of gold down there. I just need to stick on my miner's cap and get a pickaxe and dig real deep,
It's been so fun having you around for the last few weeks. I've really enjoyed it.
I appreciate that, although it does kind of sound like there's a but or an end of that coming, but...
Maybe there is. I'm not entirely sure anymore. Anyway, let's...
Topside we go.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Climbing up a number of stories to one of the various tunnels that exits the hollow and makes its way towards one of the main streets of this region of the core spire. You eventually emerge. This would be on the edge of what's called the Prism Emporium, which is the general wares, repositories, and shops in this region. And at this point, it's mid-afternoon, a nice warm day with the sun kind of pouring through, and it's a beautiful view as you kind of step into the main road. Fresh cut grass. As you glance by, you can see a flock of birds going through the gentle clouds and hear the sounds of people taking care of their business throughout the surrounding bustling thoroughfare. Somebody dumps a piss bucket out the side of their door and just coats you. Sorry.
Fuck off!
Sorry, I was in your way. I apologize.
Man, we gotta work on that. Fucker!
I was out of stamina, I think.
It's really it's no skin off my teeth. I don't have skin or teeth, so it's really fine.
All right, let's take a little stroll, see a few sights. Have I taken you to Spire by Fire yet?
No, but it rhymes, so I'm in.
Let's head to Spire by Fire. Let's see if we can rustle up a little work.
Okay.
And I'll give you a tour. It's pretty nice.
Okay. It's, I'd say about a 20-25 minute journey from where you currently are to Spire by Fire. The city streets of each of the main spires is a gradual spiral that heads upward with various stairways that wind to shortcut between the different levels, as well as pulley evaders that are pulled up by chain, cable, and if you have the money to spend, occasionally a few other more expensive means of jumping between. You can hire simurgs to go ahead and ride on. If you know where to go to one of their spaces, there's simurgs, which are these kind of deep red, crimson-looking, massive hawk-type birds with heads of like a wolf dog-like creature, native to the wilds here, and are considered dangerous if spooked out in the wild, but there are simurg riders here that are trained as part of the Wilders. Wilders, which is the colloquial name for the wardens, the guards of the city that work for the Chande Quorum. So you see them keeping an eye up above and are considered the law enforcement to whatever your perception of that may be, and or the quorum itself. But occasionally there are some that are trained, and their trainers utilize them to ferry people from spire to spire and level to level. But on foot, eventually you make your way to the Spire by Fire Inn. What you see before you is a monstrous 6-story tavern that looks like a labyrinth built into the edge of the rock of the spire itself. You can see it's climbing up like a makeshift stronghold, more than an inn, though there are a number of balconies that kind of emerge from it. And if it were freestanding on its own, it would look like a mess and probably crumble. But because it's built into the rock, they got to be very creative with its layout. There are all manner of torches that burn throughout the day and night here, and kind of give it a warm, welcoming glow at all points of the day. You can see there is a very unique mix of clientele here. There are people from all different walks of life and colorful, wealthy outfits with, fine silks and accessories. There are some more ragtag, rough and tumble folks that come in here for the drinks. It is a mixing pot here in the center of the core spire within Drusar. And immediately it kind of it draws your intrigue as to what adventure might be found in this space.
You want me to do the talking, or you, Ashton?
Well, let's take a look around. Let's see what's here. I value your input. I'm gonna see if I know anybody. I think between the two of us, we can wrangle something.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
All right, let's roll on in.
All right.
Orc walk.
Wait, both.
Stepping inside, immediately to the right, you see there's a table where 3 figures are in the process of playing a card game. You can see what looks to be an orc with very kind of intense, greasy hair that almost gives a kind of a frond-like look to it, with a nice billowed sleeve piece of dress, like a nice shirt, who is currently holding a hand at their front. You see what looks to be a gnome, older, kind of wrapped in scarves and bundled up a bit, with their kind of an upturned nose that probably was adorable in their younger years, but they've been going on for a bit, and now it's adorable in a different way, I'll say. And you see a massive Pakidan who is at the table, big, long, draping ears that go past the tail, a trunk that is curled around and kind of up against the chest, tusks that are adorned and carved with designs, and you can see them holding their cards in their tiny little hands, keeping a watch as they kind of lean deep down to get close to the rest of the people at the table. You know this individual to be the towering Kalyan, who is kind of loosely the bouncer of the establishment. And as you walk in, Kalyan just goes, Ashton.
Kalyan? Is Sheer here, or?
Right over there, if you're looking. He points over to the front, and you can see, while not at the front at the moment, there are no patrons at the central barkeep table. Beyond the door, you can see there is a chair in the corner, and beyond that, you can see a male Qatari of lion descent, orange-brown fur and a dark, dark black mane that is kind of braided tightly and goes past the back shoulders. More of a tank top than a tunic or shirt. Well built and seems to be eager to show it off. But is arranging and organizing things back there. Doesn't seem to notice your presence yet.
I want to walk out and take out a couple silver and slide it down the bar, and I'm just going to keep sliding it down the bar, making as much noise as I can.
As soon as the coin hits the the wood and the textures begin to scrape a bit, you can see one of the ears turn off to the side on his shield. Hi! Sorry, I was running a business, but heard you going on the table. What can I do for you?
Something for breakfast. Whatever breakfast beer you have would be great.
Breakfast beer.
Breakfast
also,
beer.
just to put into your mind, imagine how much drunker I would be right now if you knew a way for me to earn some money.
Another unprepared
well,
tribe
for breakfast
attempted
here.
to overthrow our plans a few days ago.
Is this your protector? One of those arcane guardians, or whatever they're called? I've seen a couple of them come through here, but this one's quite small. You might want to get your money back.
They're complicated. This is fresh cut grass, please.
Smiley day to you. It's a lovely establishment you got here. Is this owner operated, or is this your place?
It is, yeah.
Be careful what you say. They're very vicious.
Fantastic.
Fuck you up.
The ambiance is really nice. The clientele looks varied, and I'm impressed that you're so busy midday like this.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I thank you. No one seems to appreciate the hard work I put into this place for the past 10 years, and it's nice to get a little acknowledgement from a stranger.
That's right.
Yeah. Would you like a breakfast beer as well?
I would not. I can't drink it.
Oh, right. Should have. Sorry. I'll say a Heartmore brisket beer. Get it for you. I'll get one for myself as well. It goes ahead and
good idea.
Fills up 2 and hands one over to you. So drink a bit.
And down.
So what's your deal? What's your deal? This is fascinating. He grins with the kind of sharpened teeth of the heavy canines appearing. A bright smile, but you can definitely see there.
My deal? I'm here to assist and be helpful to Ashton in all of their journeys and travels. At the moment.
All right. Well, you good at lifting, arranging?
Lifting? I mean, I can lift something. Yeah. Are we
less of a lifter and more of a thinker? And a bit of a doer? Okay. And honestly, just lightens the place up. So.
Ledger work.
Ledger work?
How fast can you do my taxes?
I've not done taxes yet. I do more things like when people are injured, I make them less injured. That sort of thing.
Oh, well, stick around till past sunset tonight. There'll be plenty of injured people, probably.
Oh, yeah? I'm also keen to meet people who, well, have a lack in their life and try to figure out what it is and see if I can help them fill it.
Okay, now it got weird.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's...
I just feel like there's a lot of broken people out there and I can do a lot to help them. That's all.
You're gonna be real busy, friend. Let me just tell you.
Can't wait.
Right. Sure you don't want a beer?
Oh, no, I definitely don't.
Oh, to be fair.
If you have some scrap iron or any chunks of metal back there, though, anything particular you'd be looking for? Or?
Any alloy, and anything
you're
really.
serious?
No, I'm dead fucking serious.
Goes ahead and takes the silver that you brought over and changes it out to a couple copper pieces and kind of slides them over. Yeah.
Copper pieces? Ooh, this is a conundrum. I want to eat those.
Yeah.
But Ashton really likes money. So...
Copper's not really money.
Really?
Copper's more of an insult. You can totally eat that.
All right. You sure? I feel weird about this.
No, do it.
Do you want to turn away?
No, I'm good.
You're real weird around money. You love it so much.
I also really love watching you eat, though. You know this.
All right.
Shira's just completely enthralled and watches.
I'll put in both the coins into my mouth and just...
Okay, I will admit it does hurt a little.
That is amazing. That's amazing.
Yep, never gets old.
I can't taste.
That's great.
Tell you what, you want to come by about once a week, twice a week or so for the nights, and you want to do that for money, you'll entertain the different patrons around here. You can make a little cash.
Means nothing to me, but sure. If Ashton wants some cash, sure.
Well, also say it'll keep you put together. I know that we have a funny feeling we're gonna need to patch you up every now and then.
Am I gonna be a regular at a tavern?
If you like.
Will they do that thing when I roll in and where they all go, fresh cut grass, and everyone's just happy to see me?
Keep this up, most likely.
All right.
Quite possible.
Wow.
We might even get into a bar fight. I knew that would excite you.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
Get into a bar fight.
Work for you. Your skill set, not quite. But I'll keep an ear out. Maybe even two.
Please, 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 please.
Well, in the meantime, finish your breakfast.
Are you sure you don't have anything for Ashton? They would really appreciate it.
I think, honestly, between Mir and Callian, we kind of got all the physical stuff taken care of at the moment. We'll try back in a week, maybe.
Well, and if you hear anybody needs anything around, you know how it is.
I know. I'll keep up on it.
Not feeling very particular right now either, so.
Good to know. Open options.
Very open.
Only got a couple hours before the mainstays start coming through here, so either stick around and be ready, or be scarce to leave open tables for paying customers, if you don't mind.
There's a few people who probably won't be that happy to see me anyway, so.
Oh, well, stay for now. Finish your beer. And pleasure to meet you, fresh cut grass.
Fresh cut grass.
Bring him around more often.
Fresh cut grass.
They're sticking around.
Ting. Flicks you in the head for a minute.
Yep, that's me.
Fascinating.
Rude.
Definitely a little rude, but I'm drinking, so.
Oh.
Meanwhile.
Oh, okay.
If I could please have Liam, Ashley, and Robbie come to the table.
Oh, shit! Travis changed his name to Robbie.
Oh, shit!
Who is this now?
Matt, you lied. This isn't your basement.
Basement, schmasement. It all works out fine. So now, the three of you have been set on a trek, specifically tied to the Ereshari, when a call was made to you after returning to Byrodin and the rest of your found friends. You were given a task by the voice of the Tempest, Keyleth. And as part of this journey,
Wait, what?
you were told to bring two friends along the way. These two could be helpful in this.
Oh
One will
my.
have to stay behind, still figuring out kind of where she stood, both with her sister and the newfound vestige that lies upon her head, and Dariax wanted her to keep an eye and be there to support and help her figure out what the next step was to be, while the two of you were asked to attend or inside from this. With that, Keyleth transitioned you via tree to Amon to bypass the challenging mess you had left behind in
What
some
on
of the
earth
streets.
do you mean?
And enough money to afford yourselves a sky ship across the Oswald
Walk
Sea.
while it's up.
Like that they own or rented?
No, a one-way passage on a sky ship.
It's mine.
Now, as you come towards the end of this multi-day journey, the three of you glance past the edge of the sky ship, kind of holding on to the far railing as the clouds and mist begin to dissipate beyond the front of the ship. As you look past the bow, you can see, beginning to emerge from the clouds and mist below, the 5 different heights of the rocky spires that mark Drusar.
This is lovely. They're so pointy. Are they pointy?
One of them is.
One of them is so pointy.
One of them is so pointy. Damn it!
Now, for those who have not watched Exandria Unlimited, Ashley, would you mind describing Fern?
Yes. Fern is about a 6-foot tall fawn. Very
very long seafoam green hair and is just covered in all bits and baubles and lots of flowers and toadstools and moss on her hooves. And she has a little friend, Mister, and he's a little monkey. That's all.
Are you drunk right now? Or is this
Always.
Okay.
She's never gonna get it.
Glancing over the side and spilling your excitement out to Orem, if you wouldn't mind, Liam, describing yourself.
Sure. Orem is a halfling. He's 3 foot and change. Shock of short brown hair. And he's wearing a little bit of brown leather armor, mostly a breastplate. And these leather boots that have round green stone rings that are laced into the shin guard of each one. He has a short sword sheathed on his back, an ivy-adorned shield on one hand, and the armor and the very well-worn sashes that are tied around his waist and hanging down have woven patterns of ivy and flower on them, and they're beautiful, but they're not fancy. They're just well-made and well-worn. And he has a full-sleeve tattoo going up his arm that is all clouds from the wrist all the way up onto his shoulder and then disappearing under his armor onto his chest. And the 2 moons of Exandria are right here. Catha is a white crescent and Ruidus is a smaller full moon cradled within. And he is very fine features. He's really ropey muscles and slender, like a dancer.
Okay. Glancing past the edge of this wonderful vista before you as the city grows closer, this is the first journey any of you have taken in this guy's ship, but it's certainly not the first time that you've been here, Dorian. This is an odd, if conflicted, return to a continent where you began your journey a long time ago. If you wouldn't mind describing Dorian.
Sure. Dorian is, for all intents and purposes,
so exciting.
a normal bard. He's just in traveler's clothes. But if you were to first glance at him, what you would notice is how uncharacteristically clean he is. No mud on his boots. He has a large winged sort of armor plate that you can't really tell if it's ornamental or functional, and there's not a fingerprint on it. It's perfectly shined. And he's wearing a long cape that has sort of a sunburst ombre that goes down the back. He's an Air Genasi, so he sort of moves with a lightness, and you might first mistake it for confidence, but it just seems like it's part of who he is and not so much what he wants to project. And he has long black hair that goes down into a white ombre, and he's got sort of a top knot man bun here, also very pristine. Yeah, as he sort of looks out over things, he feels comfortable in the sky, but this is a wild experience. Yeah, and he's enjoying it a lot.
Slowly, the sky ship begins to grow closer and closer to dock between the 5 spires of Drusar, heading towards the Aerie Spire, whereupon you can see from this distance these massive structures, these clusters of towers that draw high and thin. You can see mass halls made of marble with open windows and crystalline art pieces that are almost like these murals that the sunlight catches and creates a prismatic-like refraction across the concrete ground in the exterior. What you do also see are the 2 other sky ships that are docked on one large protruding skyport. You can see they have different designs than the one you're on based on where they were built, whatever whatever union or guild or individual had conscripted or ordered their construction. While they're all a similar layout for the most part, each seems to have a little bit of flair from wherever its home may be. And you watch as one initiates its takeoff, heading more in a northeastern direction, and one that is just currently locked in at the dock as you get closer and closer and closer. Some of the other people who were staying on this trip, and mostly kept to themselves, you can see gathering their belongings and preparing to disembark upon arrival. You have about a minute before you touch down at the skyport.
This is easily one of the most beautiful things I have ever seen.
I agree.
How do you suppose it stops? Like, I think I've understood how we've been going, but how does it stop? It looks like we're going too fast. Does it feel too fast?
I think we crash.
What?
I'm sure they've got it worked out.
All right. Beautiful, beautiful, very beautiful.
Look at that city. It's huge.
You watch as the two prominent blue rounded stones about 10 to 12 feet in diameter that are affixed to the front of the ship, referred to as Boomstone, which has a natural arcane ability to remain aloft in spite of gravity, and that maintains a skyship's movement, begin to glow brighter. And as they do, the ship begins to come to a slower and slower speed, until eventually it descends rather suddenly, and everyone kind of gets that sudden drop in their stomach as the butterflies creep in, until you feel it impacts on some sort of dock. And you can already hear chains being pulled down from below, a few shouts, people shouting in Marquesian phrases, "Go over here, quick! All right, we got a lockdown!" You guys who do not speak Marquesian just hear shouting.
I do give Dorian just a little soft, like, fist on the hip as I see. Fine. Thank you. Everything's fine.
You'd think I'd be better at this, wouldn't you?
Two of the other people kind of watch and clap, not wanting to feel left out, and they gather their belongings. And you can see there's an iron gate at the edge of the skyship edge, and now as it begins to open up, you can see other people walking towards it. And there is a staircase that has been affixed to it that leads them down one by one as you gather your things and exit the skyship yourselves.
Well, shall we?
Yeah. Let's, get a feel for this place. Don't need to rush into things.
Right.
Thank you all for traveling. Welcome to Drusar. I am the port captain, Tang. Thank you for flying. And you look over. You glance over, and off to the side, there is a heavy station in the center of the skyport, which has multiple outcroppings. It looks like it could hold at any given point in time simultaneously up to 8 different skyships comfortably. And in the center of it, there is kind of a small tower, and you see there with what looks like some sort of a vocal extension horn, kind of like a cone, if you will, shouting out where what looks to be a humanoid bird kinfolk. Is referred to as an Icefera. And you can see this kind of beautiful kind of ivory feathers that kind of eventually transition into a dark brown at some points, and then over the shoulders it's like a heavy brown coloration, but is wearing a uniform and a hat, and seems to be very excited and proud of their position. With that, you exit following the rest of the folks that are disembarking and make your way down into a central street here within the airy spire.
Just sort of dive into the current of it and see what we see. Learn by walking.
Okay.
Just like the last few months, right?
Yeah, you're just one foot in front of the other, and you move forward.
That is exactly how you walk.
Yeah.
Let's hoof it.
Let's hoof it.
Continuing on, you watch as part of the crowd splinter off, some of them head towards some of those larger kind of tower-based structures that you saw. A small crew of them begin to progress to what looks to be some sort of a 2-story structure where a large, heavy tower that has a metal ball at the top, and it looks to be a cable that descends out of view. You know this to be one of the various wire gondolas that connect elements of the city, and as folks go up and begin to pay an individual that lets them onto one of these gondolas that is ready to make its way downward, He kind of looks over you all expectantly with his hand out.
I give him a slap.
Thank you. Are you taking passage?
Oh, are we taking passage on this thing?
Yes, we are. How much? I start pulling out a change purse.
1 silver per.
I got it.
Are you sure?
Sure.
Okay.
This is on top of the low 5 she gave you.
Thank you. Goes ahead and opens the door, lets you in, and it's now the 3 of you and what looks to be one other large Pakistan, almost like a priest figure. Looks younger, massive elephant folk, who is wearing these kind of roomy, almost cream-colored robes and sleeves that drag past the arms. Looks like they have a long kind of earring chain that dangles down to kind of the mid-chest, and you can see them kind of clutching it with one of their hands and rubbing it almost like it has some sort of personal meaning. And this individual you saw briefly get onto the skyship as you originally took off and then was unseen until you arrived. You kind of fiddle nervously as the doors close and it jerks for a second, and you feel the gondola descending. And while the interior is largely closed off, there are a few windows, and there is an element, as you can't help yourself but peek through, where you are looking down hundreds and hundreds of feet to just the faintest texture of a mist-covered jungle below.
For some reason, this doesn't bother me like the ship did.
Really?
I'm all right with this. Yeah, I think it's the wire. It feels like we're connected, we're safe.
Yeah, we're real safe. Just on a string.
Yeah, safe string.
It's much more safe.
When we were on the ship, didn't have that sort of sway to it.
Oh, it made me so sleepy. It was very relaxing, just being on the ship, just the light sway,
Suddenly it lurches midway down the cable and comes to a stop. And kind of sways.
Is this normal?
What's the weight limit on this thing? And I nudged the guy next to us.
I'm sorry, excuse me.
Just a joke.
How were your travels?
Nervous. It continues again. And you see the Pakistan kind of like...
Did you get the tummy flutters?
Every time.
Yeah.
I'll never get used to it. He kind of like glances back out past the window. Now you can see you're heading now towards the central spire of this city. Of these 5 that are there, the middle one is not the tallest, but it is definitely the largest. And along the spirals here, you can see all smattering of neighborhoods, like this massive dreamlike quilt of colors and structures. You can see one region looks like a neighborhood that is just encompassing and swallowing almost like an entire 5th of the side of this spire. And it looks like all these almost vertical buildings that are just locked onto each other and are connected by these tiny little ladders and pathways and walkways. And it's incredible. Beyond that, you see a smaller spire kind of to the northwestern side of it that is a little smaller than the others, though almost as tall as the core spire, where there are, it looks almost like factories, more industrial landscape there, and about a half dozen or more plumes of smoke that rise from different exhaust ports or holes within the rock itself. And it kind of changes the color of the mist that gather around that particular region.
Sort of squeeze in between Fern and Doran and look out. Boy, a city this big, all we gotta do is find one man. Easy.
Yeah, that sounds very simple.
Not today, though.
We should take one night, sort of, get rid of the jet lag, right?
Yeah. Don't want to walk into trouble.
Well, hold on to your purse. I spent a night here, just one. Stayed at a hostel and woke up and my purse strings were cut. So, just be on your guard.
I'm gonna step over to the one with the earring. Is he still on the...
Pakistan? Yeah, and he's like edging his way towards the door that'll open and exit as it's just come to rest at the bottom of the core spire exit. Thank you very much.
I reach out and I just touch it.
He just like a flinch, but he allows it. It's a symbol of the Allhammer.
One more time.
It's a symbol of the Allhammer.
The Allhammer.
Great deity of skilled crafting.
Oh. How interesting.
The brief glimpse of a smile that had curled to his lips begins to fade, and he just kind of starts fiddling with it again, and he turns back to the door as it opens, and then just steps out and immediately kind of...
As he starts to step out, I'm gonna try to swipe it. I'm gonna try to take it off his ear, grab it, because I like it a lot.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Been here 5 minutes.
She's the one we're supposed to be looking out for.
Hold on, let me move my scrunchie out of my dice tray.
Oh, okay, that's a natural 19.
Oh.
Plus 2, so...
Wow.
He exits briskly, making a... For such a large, beastly-looking entity, the steps are quite gentle and quick as he exits. A moment later, you can see Fern in her hand clutching this gathered chain of gold and silver with a particular symbol on it that looks almost like a metallic hammer with faces lightly carved on the edges.
Fern? Talked about this.
What?
I know that it works most of the time, but that is going to get us in trouble.
I told you a story about someone picking my pocket 30 seconds ago, and then you pick someone's pocket?
That was a
Just don't get on my ass about it. All I know is that it's pretty easy to do here. That's all I took from what you said.
Oh my god.
It's beautiful. And it's for the god of arts and crafts. I think that's what he said.
Just close.
Skills.
Put it away in case he comes back, please.
Okay. Take it easy.
As a note, this is about 2.5 feet long. Much smaller on the ear of its previous carrier. On you, it like drags your ear a bit, but it looks cool.
I pulled Dorian over a few feet away. Listen, I don't think she's gonna stop, and I think the only way that it is gonna stop is if she steps on a rake. Do you know what I mean?
Of course, but she's not gonna step on a rake. She's gonna step on our rakes, and those rakes are gonna hit us in the face, not her face.
Just give us a second, Fern.
How do we keep on?
How's that gone the last couple of months?
Horribly. All right, I'll stay on her left, you stay on her right, and we'll do a sandwich.
We'll just be more alert than usual, okay?
She took it so fast, I couldn't do anything.
I know, and it's amusing, but we gotta tamp it down if we can, and eventually it's gonna, bite her in the ass and all of us, but...
All right, fine.
All right.
Great.
All right, we're done talking in front of you. Let's go.
I'll be more careful, I promise him. It was just so beautiful.
Yes, it is.
Looks great.
I don't do that to everybody. I don't.
Let's keep going.
5 is not that many. Come on.
Where are you off to?
Well, unless you guys have any other ideas, I think just finding a place to eat and stay for the night. And I don't think we should rush into this.
Yeah.
I mean, you would know, I know that you haven't been here much at all, but you'd know better than us, certainly.
Make a history check.
History check.
Huge roll.
Natural 20.
Yes. End the show right there.
Thank you for joining for Campaign 3.
Yeah. That's it. One roll.
You stayed here last time. That's how it's a natural 20. You know it so well because you've been there. In the Core Spire, one of the affordable, interesting, filled with colorful characters, and not too far from where you currently are right now would be the Spire by Fire.
We've got a little spending cash, right? A little slush fund, but we've got a lot to do. And it's our first night. I think we should be frugal. There's some places around here. I didn't stay here, but it's called Aspire by Fire. Yeah, it's got a nice name, catchy. Yeah. Right. So go there, check it out, get the lay of the land, maybe find a bed, 2, 3, whatever.
We can all sleep in the same bed.
Sure. And
save money if we're trying to be frugal.
Really tall.
You're really small.
We'll figure it out.
Everything rhymes here.
And if I recall, it's this way.
Okay.
All right, so taking the lead, you continue to guide your other compatriots towards your destination. As the sun in the sky begins to slowly make its way towards the horizon, the sunset imminent, the oranges and purples beginning to take the blues that have been familiar up until now. Laudna. Imogen.
Yes.
You've been going about the market, gathering things and eggs, you said.
I had to get some eggs.
Anything else you're looking for?
Shadana's out of eggs.
I got a Rubios here, I got an Earl Grey.
That's great.
I got a chai. Which...
Probably some like leeks or like, I don't know, onions to go with it. She said she wanted it for breakfast or something. I don't know.
All right.
Veggies.
I'll
Sure.
grab the...
We got a basket full of fucking food.
Fucking food.
I grab all of the teas, variety.
All right. Feeling confident in what you've sought to acquire, you begin to make your way back towards the Vidun Devar, the windowed wall, where you are currently holed up with the elderly compatriot who is granting you space in the room where her husband once lived.
Shadana!
Well, you haven't arrived there yet.
Just practicing.
Shadana!
There you go.
Was that good? I'm trying
Yeah,
to
that was good.
That was good. That was great.
Well, she's not gonna be scared of you soon. I know it.
But in heading back and walking through the street and making your way towards that destination, the streets are busy as the individuals who are finishing up their work for the day or their various errands for the afternoon are heading back to their abodes, whereas the night crew, as some people refer to it, those who either work during the night or definitely play during the night, are beginning to make their way out into the evening air. You hear this strange, you specifically, Imogen, feel it. This odd, low, bassy rumble. And right as you hear it, you see it. This dull blue flash that emerges kind of about 30, 40 feet ahead of you off the side of the street. And you kind of glance over in that space, and you can immediately see what looks to be a cart being pulled by 2 of these seal goats behind it. As it seems to be this small kind of arcane sphere that emerges from it, flashes for a second. Both of the goats rear up and rush into a charge forward. As they do, the cart seems to dislodge and splat onto its side, crashing into the street. Boxes scattering across the center of the road. People around, oh God, like looking at each other and checking to make sure it's okay. The boxes hit and break open. As they do, looks like utensils and furniture and bits of decoration scatter onto the ground. And what looks to be a small kitchen knife begins to glide into the air. A table that was turned on its side, the legs bend, and the table seems to be moving of its own accord.
Are you seeing
A
this?
broom suddenly begins to whip up into the air. A sword scattered to the side begins to drift up with no wielder. And it looks to be a rolled up rug that had spilled open begins to wrinkle and pulse.
Oh my gosh.
You hear this commotion outside, both of you.
What's that? Is that a party?
Let's find out.
All right.
Should we
I'm
get closer?
not even putting my drink down. I'm going straight out.
Okay, you two rush. The 3 of you had just begun to make your way the outside of the Spire by Fire before you watch this sudden minor cataclysm to this cart occur, and these objects beginning to move under their own power in the center of the street.
Do we see any people nearby?
There are many people nearby, and some of them are curious, some of them are like kind of frozen in place, a bit spooked, and some are just running. I'd like you all to roll.
The first half of the first episode. What is happening?
Okay.
What is happening?
How do I do this?
Howdy dowdy do this.
How do I do this?
What?
What?
Wow!
It's so it's so close.
Look at the rug!
Whoa!
The rug.
So,
Awesome. What?
so here, sorry, about the mic there. This is the sword that is drifting. This is the knife. This is the rug. This is the table, and this is the broom.
Oh my gosh.
Those are our enemies?
We're fighting
There's something.
objects.
Now, if I could have Imogen, Ladna, whereabouts would you be standing?
Which way were we coming
You
from?
guys would be walking in this direction, so you
Look
would
at
likely
that.
be kind of over in this path.
All right, back one for me.
I would have stayed towards the side of the street. I want to stay away from people if I can, for the most part. Whichever
So here
area.
then?
Sure.
Keep me by her.
Yeah.
So about there?
Yeah, that looks about
That's
right.
good.
Alrighty. If I could go ahead and get Ashton and Fresh Cut Grass, you guys were stepping outside of the front there, and the cart is right there.
We'll get used to it.
Never.
We ever will.
Smile.
I haven't yet.
Look at those minis.
That
Oh
feels
my
about right.
gosh, look at you
You
guys.
gotta step out the front there.
You're so wee.
Alright. Now, the rest of you who are
It's a big rug.
just arriving as well, we're kind of stepping across this side of the road to approach the front. So that is where you are currently placed. So, getting my initiative sheets out here. 20 to 15.
18.
19.
17.
22.
22.
Whoa!
All right.
Terrible.
Whoa, that's
Staring at me like I'm some kind of freak.
All right, so Dorian up front.
Oh no.
And then following that, we have Fern. And then Orem. I'll say Orem will probably go first because of his
Dex.
dex, right? All right.
My dex.
And then who had the
You had 19?
19?
19 here.
19. Fresh cut grass.
Letters.
18 was.
That's
Got
me.
letters.
Wow, you guys were really, really good. And then 17 was.
That was me.
What's your dexterity?
Mine?
Yes.
Oh, it's +2, 14.
Okay.
Who's a guy? Let's.
All right.
Sorry.
You're the only one left. What'd you get?
13.
13. Okay.
Not terrible in a normal world. That would have been not terrible, but these people, for some strange reason, I don't know.
Okay. And then we have Ashton. All right, cool. So top of the round, Dorian, as you're stepping in and you see these crates open and these objects beginning to just shift in the air and move around, people you see scared and are now starting to run and running these blades. The sword itself seems to right itself in one other direction. It looks like it's going for him. The knife is now starting to make its way towards one of the nearby people. It looks like these are not just enchanted objects. They are currently looking to make a mess. What do you do? The Orm on deck.
In any sort of conflict, first things first, I'm gonna look straight to Orem. I'm gonna go, correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like those pointy things are pointing at those people, right?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't change where we are.
All right. And I'm gonna sprint toward that sort of long sword headed for that poor guy with the bag. I'm gonna make half the distance though. I'm just gonna half the distance.
You got it.
And while I'm running, I'm going to, on my hip, I've got a hand axe. And I'm going to unclip it from my hip. And I am going to attempt to throw it at the sword that is going for the guy in an attempt to divert it.
So you go ahead and throw the axe, roll an attack.
19.
Hell yes.
Plus 5. Yeah, 20.
Yeah, that definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Sweet.
I'm glad Dorian's at the table with us, you guys.
By the way, these are the dice you gave me.
What?
So I don't want to give you all the credit, but 7.
7 points of damage?
Yeah.
All right, so as the axe hits the sword, you watch as they both impact and it seems to like hit the ground for a second. You're like, oh, you took it out. Then it rises and then shing, seems to like the metal itself vibrate in your direction as it's getting ready to reassess its direction.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's your turn?
That's it. I'm frozen. That's it.
Okay.
I'm terrified.
Finishing Dorian's go, or you up, Fern, you're on deck.
Okay, the boots on my feet sort of tighten around them. The leather straps tighten around his feet, and I get a running start, run about 10 feet, and then spring into the air, flipping over the sword. I can make it 10 feet into the air. And Orm is going to thrust down, swing his sword down and knock it towards the ground if he can, and I'm going to use a goading attack.
Go for it.
That is a wisdom save for the sword.
Striking down as you feel the gravity pull you to the floor.
That is terrible. So I am going to use an action surge and attack again. So I take 2 swings, and the second connects because I rolled a 19.
Great.
So DC 14.
DC 14.
Wisdom.
Oh, that's a fail.
Okay, so if that thing tries to attack anyone else but me, it's going to be at disadvantage, and it takes 5 plus. So it just takes 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage, got it. As you strike down on top of it, it once again clatters to the ground, and you feel like you pinned it to the floor, and it's kind of hitting into the stone, and you feel it fighting. It's weird. You never had a weapon fight on its own against you until eventually it slides off under your blade and rights itself. You can see it's looking a bit scuffed, and it's looking a bit damaged, but it is still intent on massacring whatever's in front of it.
Well, that's new. I'm gonna just wait for the next thing.
All right, finishing that, Fern, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to take my thorn whip off of my hip.
Okay.
And I'm gonna look over at this rug and just try to snap my whip around it.
Go for it. All right, go ahead and roll for your thorn whip.
Okay. 14.
14 does hit.
Okay. Nope. 13.
13 does hit.
Okay. Okay. It's just teensies. 4.
4?
Yes.
4 points of damage. Alrighty.
Am I able to hold on to it and keep it from...
So this is the thorn whip cantrip is what you're doing?
Yes.
Alright. Check.
I guess I could have done this at a higher level. If it's a cantrip.
Well, it's a cantrip, which is what it is.
Yeah, I just kind
So
of
yeah, it takes the damage, and it is large or small. You can pull it 10 feet closer to you. So yeah, it's brought a little bit closer to you. It's not grappled and eventually fights its way off the whip, but it now is pulled in towards where you're standing.
Okay.
I don't
Alright,
want
that's your
to hurt
action.
you, but now
That's
I'm
my
going
action.
to.
That's what I wanted to do.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna hold on to it.
Okay, you got it. That finishes your go for it.
Yes.
All the people are now going to start fleeing and running off to the side. Everyone starts screaming and charging out of the way, getting off the road as best they can, running and fleeing. This cart runs charging off the side as these Silguks that are pulling it continue yelling. These flee off the board, running. Run away! Running away! Running away! Fleeing this way. This guy's gonna be like, no! He's gonna run that direction.
Got that.
This guy's over this way, over here. Down the alley this way to escape, and this individual is going to run on inside of the inn and vanish.
They all dress like they can handle some shit, but when it really comes down, they're all taking. It's just cosplayers. It's just cosplayers.
They have conventions and sorry sometimes. Don't
The
hate.
hammer's made of PVC pipe.
Indeed, finishing their go, fresh cut grass. You are up with Imogen on deck.
The item in front of us is what?
And in front of you is a broom.
It's a broom.
And it's just like.
I feel like Ashton's got this. So I will turn to Ashton and sort of focus my eyes on him and just say, believe in yourself. And I will do sympathetic binding with.
Oh, we're going
with him.
there. Hey. All right, so channel divinity, synthetic binding.
Yes, and I guess as my bonus action I could do the feature of that, but instead, can I cast a spell as a bonus action?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do Shield of Faith, or as I call it, Shield of Help. So, Ashton, you, in addition to being just a fucking badass, you now have a +2 to AC.
Woo! That's concentration, so I have a concentration marker on you.
That's great. And then I will, just to get out of the way, I'll use, you know what? I'll use my movement to take off my right hand and just start to put on. I have a saw blade attachment that I'm going to start screwing into my right hand socket.
Oh, you don't.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What is it? What do you have?
I'd accidentally snapped the mini, but that's okay.
Is that mine?
Yep.
Amazing.
That's okay.
The casualty.
It's all right.
Oh no, that's a sign. You're
That's
gonna
okay.
die today.
I won't say that. There he is. We'll get some super glue over here in the interim. So where are you going?
I'm not gonna move. I'm just gonna attach it my saw blade arm and maybe just tuck behind the box.
Behind the box over here?
Yeah, sure.
There you go.
It's just a big drug on a plate.
There we go. That's my fault for holding it too long. All right, that finishes your go. Imogen, you're up.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
I want to try using catapult and focusing my energy on the. Is that a dagger spinning around? What do we got here? We got
That is a dagger right now, although some sort of looks like a kitchen knife. But it's just like spinning in the air on its own for a second. It hasn't chosen a target.
Okay. Can I try to use catapult on that object? Because I can use it on objects, but I don't know about.
These are technically animated, so it wouldn't.
It wouldn't work. Okay. Then in that case, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna cast this at 2nd level, so I can pick up something that's 10 pounds. Would I be able to pick up that box that robot thing just hid behind?
I would say that box. The contents of that one is too heavy, but this one here that's been partially broken would be about 10
Sure,
pounds.
I will pick that up and throw it towards the rug that just moved in
Over
the
there?
whip. Yeah.
You gotta go ahead and roll for an attack on that one.
Okay. How do I do this?
This whole fight is brought to you by West Elm.
So this is a bed
crate and barrel.
I don't make an attack roll.
Oh, is it
you
just
make a save.
Save? Okay.
Yes.
That would be dexterity?
Dexterity.
12.
Yes. So it works. So, yeah, it takes 3d8 bludgeoning. Oh, wait. 4d8 bludgeoning because I cast it at 2nd level.
Nice.
Ooh, lots of dice.
9, 11, 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
Very nice. Slick. The rug is currently like wrapped in the thorn whip and being pulled over towards this strange fawn character over there who's smiling oddly through the whole experience. As you lift up, kind of concentrating your mind on this box chunk, it lifts and then rockets with incredible speed. You watch as the rug seems to push like something had punched almost through it on the other side. It comes inches from your face before crumbling back on the backside. And the rug, you can see some of the threads are like now torn and fraying.
I think that's, yeah, I'm gonna stay where I am.
Okay, you got it. Patient defense. All right, it is now the rug's go. The rug is gonna go ahead and.
The rug is more dexterous than I am? That's
Close.
bullshit.
That's how it goes sometimes. The rug is now going to attempt to smother. That's an 18 to hit. Does that hit you?
Yes.
All right.
It's
okay. So you watch as the rug now whips around and begins to surround you and tighten and pull and crush you. You cannot see. You're not even certain yet if you can even breathe, but everything just goes dark as you feel your body now completely held against itself.
I grok this.
So
Sucks.
you are grappled.
Everybody stab it.
You are restrained. You are blinded.
Set it on fire.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and say the prestige.
Wow.
If he sets it on fire, I will. I think he's gonna pull out a lighter right now. Just,
Yeah.
okay.
It's true. Alrighty. That finishes its go. It is now, let's see, Vladimir's go.
Imogen, the objects have gone postal, and I turn into a form of dread.
Ooh.
I start to transform. Let me mark it off. Wait for it. And my bones start to crick and crack, and you see Laudna starts to extend even lengthier than she was, and even more spindly, and her fingers start to stretch and drip as a dark veil kind of comes over her face as black tears start coming out of her eyes. And
The fleeing folks that were heading this way run past you and scream even louder and run even faster.
don't worry, I've got you.
Keep going.
I'm here to help. And I start echoing cacophony of whispers, and I cast Bane on. I'm gonna go for Bane on the rug. Bane on the kitchen knife, and let's do Bane on the sword. All things that feel more deadly.
I was born in real one.
Rug fails.
I was working on
sword.
I felt it coming.
Fail.
I had to get there first.
And which one? The knife you said?
Kitchen
knife. That does succeed, I think, with 16.
I can't curse a knife.
Sorry.
It's a fucking alright.
I just
Sharp
reached
knife.
down and pet the back of her creepy head.
But those two, you watch as the parts of them that are a bit frayed and damaged begin to almost unravel or begin to crack and break on their own as the magic seems to siphon away some of the enchantment that holds them aloft. Does that finish your turn? You stay put or you want to move?
No, I'll stay put.
Alrighty. That brings us to the tables go.
I forgot about the table.
Yeah, the table's gonna do something.
The table's, you're right there. The table's gonna go ahead and back up and slam into you full force. It's going to move. It's going to attempt to. Actually, no, no, it's not good. Yeah, I can do that.
Let's table this for now.
Yeah, you get an attack opportunity on it as it backs away from you.
Oh, as I believe it? Sure,
Yeah.
absolutely. So I'm looking at a sword spinning in front of
Get
me.
my witch mother's
hear
brew.
the and just pivot and swing down. Give it a quick stab. That is a, what do all my things do? 13 to hit.
13 misses. You swing wide and it hits the wood, but it just hits wood. It just cuts like a little scrape through it as it backs up 20 feet. And just comes full blast, slamming into you with a charge.
Slam attack.
I'm a sword expert, not a table.
That is a 25 to hit.
That kind of
what
hits.
the hell?
Whoa!
A fine you came this far.
Die in the first episode.
Campaign
By
2.
tables and rugs.
Campaign 2 chairs. Campaign 3 tables. Campaign 4 wardrobes.
You take 18 points of bludgeoning damage as you are almost knocked off your ass. And then catch yourself. And the table seems to be like getting itself ready for a second round. That finishes its go. So now the sword's turn, which is already right next to you and goaded in to attack you.
Oh god.
Sword does -4 from its attack though. So that brings it to a 16 to hit.
I parried off.
Ah,
Nice, nice, nice.
that's good.
Oh, the Bane?
Bane.
The broom.
Oh boy.
It's gonna swoop in towards you and swoop up in direction. That's going to be, there we go. That is 17 to hit.
That is my AC.
You
Even
take
with the +2?
Even with +2.
Okay.
5 points of bludgeoning damage as the broom cracks you in the jaw, and you feel like, that bit of pain hit, but you like the pain. And it hovers there. As if a broom could be angry, it goes. At you. It finishes its turn. You're up.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pop my hammer on the ground real hard, and I'm going to rage. And I'm doing a gravity build, so
okay,
here we go. The crystal, it's the glass inside my head starts to get a little dim, and light just seems to get a little dimmer around me. There's just this strange.
The broom immediately begins to almost act like it's being pulled slightly towards you.
So I am going to just try and stomp it, flip, and hit it with the hammer on the ground.
Go for it.
That is a yes to hit. That is a
wallop.
23 to hit.
23 does hit. I saw the broom actually has multi-attack, so it attacks again and hit you previously before that as well. So the broom actually got 2 hits on you. The other one would have been 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, so that's before.
That would have been before the rage.
Okay.
Broom's a dick.
That's fine.
Sweep the leg!
Sweep the leg!
So I hit.
Rolled a hit.
I rolled a hit and I did hit.
Yep.
I'm also going to, just because this thing's pissing me off, I'm going to burn a Chaos Burst into this because I don't like this. Cool. A little force damage.
Fundamental chaos. So how much damage?
That's going to be, let me do it all together. That's terrible. 10 points of normal damage, of just the normal stuff, and oh, that's better. 8 points of force damage.
Nice. So after you take the clocked twice in the face by this broom, you pull back your weapon, and how do you want to do this?
Do we share damage or no, by the way?
I can absorb some.
Okay, so you haven't.
No,
That's fine.
I haven't.
I am going to just take the edge of the hammer. I'm going to stomp the broom down on the ground. I'm going to just take the edge of the hammer, and I'm just going to come down and break it right in two.
Ooh. It snaps and immediately just goes limp onto the ground.
Fuck you. And I'm going to look up. I still have my movement.
You do.
Let's see. What'll be fun? I'm going to move... I'm gonna move towards that fucking table.
Move to the table?
Yeah.
Up there?
Yeah, whatever will flank with the little guy.
That would be the flank there.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Spring cleaning will be more severe.
All right, that finishes your go. That brings us now to the knife.
The knife immediately moves 10 feet towards me.
A knife.
The knife is adjacent to you.
Okay, never mind. All right.
But yes, no, it's a good call tonight.
All right.
All right, so the knife is now going to continue to swing towards you since you were the one who...
Sure.
Actually, no, you're next to it now. It'll go after you because you're the one who's now within its space. Doesn't have a lot of intel. Ooh, not bad. That is going to be 21 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
You take 5 points of piercing damage, reduced to 2. All right. At this point in time, you can see now people are beginning to scatter.
Say we try some of the local fare.
Another figure seems to be charging out from inside of the inn that you both have been coming from, shouting out into the fray. Travis, if you wouldn't mind.
Still good.
Get in here. Let us go.
So, how do you enter, and if you wouldn't mind describing yourself?
Yes, for the good of Dressar, I will enter the fray with you. And you see a gentleman in his late 70s, early 80s, with beautiful silver-trimmed facial hair, a good receding hairline going, and a nice ponytail pulled tight in the back.
He's a cool grandpa.
Nice purple refinery, a nice coiffed collar, and some burnt orange underneath. And he has a very elegant-looking walking stick in his hand, as well as a very beautiful-looking rapier on the other.
It's because he's dignified, not because he needs the stick.
So where would you like to... Well, first roll initiative.
Oh, yes, that thing. I have a bonus to my initiative, so 12.
I got you.
It's a first.
Okay.
Note.
Wait, you didn't have initiative?
No, I had advantage.
Good advantage.
Okay. So, top of the round, Dorian, you're up. Orm, you're on deck.
Okay. All right, so two of my friends are jacked up side by side. I'm going to rush toward Fern, use my movement to get all the way over to her wrapped up in the rug.
Okay.
And bewildered, I will attempt to grapple the rug and try to pull it off of.
And try and pull it off of her?
Yeah.
Okay, I will say go ahead and make an athletics check for me, contested with the rug.
I am strong boy.
Damn!
Fucking kill it.
25.
What the fuck?
Strong boy.
What? Are you, what? It's real. I see it.
All right. As you grab this rug and you can feel it, it is in the process of attempting to smother and crush Fern. And as you get a hold on it, you put your foot up, the one space where you can see the top of like her hip is, and pull away, and it rips off with a terrible tearing sound, and is no longer grappling you.
Who did that? I can't see.
It was me. It was me.
Thank you.
Some biceps hiding in that leather.
All right, so that's your action. You still have a bonus action if you'd like.
Do I now have the rug grapple?
You have not grappled it necessarily. You've tried to free her. You said.
Aha,
So
okay.
those are two different actions.
Okay, got you. I will say, okay, rug's gone. Do your best, and I'm gonna give her bardic inspiration.
Alrighty. So D6 for her.
Mm-hmm.
Was it D6, right?
Yeah. Don't check. Yes.
Pretty sure, yeah. Yes. So you take a D6. You can add to an attack roll, or saving throw. Just like that. All right, cool. Finishing Dorian's go. Unless you want to move still. You still have.
No,
you're just up on the tussle. Orem, you're up. Fern, you're on deck.
Okay, I'm gonna use a bonus action to make a feinting attack, another maneuver, and go to the left, and then instantly.
On the table.
It is a fainting table.
I'll juke to the left and then instantly back to the right. And once the blade goes for where I was, I will spring up into the air and I will just repeat what I did before and try to smash it down with my blade into the stone.
Go for it. Roll an attack.
So it's an advantage because of the feint. That hits. That's 20 to hit. And that's a total of 5 plus 6 is 7. 15.
15. How do you want to do this?
Orem jumps 12 feet into the air, flipping, and cracks the blade from the hilt on the pavement below.
It snaps and scatters across the stone. Broken and unmoving.
Shit. And I just stand my ground.
All right.
That run's gonna hurt me.
You got it. Fern, you're up.
Okay, am I still blinded?
You are no longer blinded. The rug has been pulled off of, the wool has been pulled from your eyes, proverbially.
Oh! Okay, so I see the rug in Dorian's hand. He's grappling with it, and I'm gonna just look at him and reach out my hands and put my hands on it and cast Burning Hands onto the rug.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Am I still holding the rug?
You can, I'll allow you to let go as the flames are going past your hands, not
Just
directly.
let go, okay?
Yeah.
All right, easy enough to get the rug without having to worry about anyone else. Let's see, that's a dexterity saving throw?
It is.
She's effective. You just gotta be careful around.
Oh,
Go ahead and roll full damage on it.
Nice.
The rug is still kind of being held by Dorian before you let go at the last minute and then.
Okay, well, not amazing. Can I use my extra
Tired of walking anyway.
bardic inspiration for?
Not for damage.
Not for damage. Okay, so this is pretty awful. 5 points of damage.
Oh, 5 points of fire damage.
I should have rolled my teeth dice.
No worries.
Your teeny teeth.
As the flames tear across the rug seems to almost attempt, if a rug could tuck and roll out of the way, that's what it's doing. It's like, no fire! It
Bitch.
singes the outside, and you can see a lot of the exposed fraying edges kind of curl back into a black kind of matted mess, but it's still spinning in the space, getting ready to prepare for its next round. Do you want to stay put?
Yes.
Okay.
I will stay put.
God, so
Start drop and roll.
All the people start fleeing further
Sword and
off the
broom.
space.
Wait, as a bonus action,
Yes?
can I summon my wildfire spirit?
We're doing.
It is an action to summon a wildfire.
It's an action. Okay.
The board.
Big Look for me at dawn on the third day, like here.
This way.
Bonus action to make him do something.
Alrighty. Fresh cut grass, you are up. Imogen, you're on deck.
Jesus. All right.
I don't know how.
Never gets old.
We'll see. I'm gonna.
Wow, we really will.
We really
will. This is a unique experiment.
I'm gonna move in closer to the kitchen knife. Is that what that is?
Mm-hmm.
No. I don't know if I can get. I don't know if I can get all the way up, but if I.
5, 10. Yeah, you can get right up to it if you want to.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll fix it.
I will. I'll activate my hand saw.
You hear this loud whining sound as this metallic disc attached to the edge of the arm begins to spin up.
And I'm gonna try to, try to slice it.
It's that blade on blade action.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll an attack.
Are you flanking or no?
Technically, no.
Okay.
Okay. Here's just a simple attack. I rolled a 4.
Yeah, that tracks. You just sharpened it.
So that's a 7.
That misses.
All right.
You go and it just darts up. It's very small and very nimble.
All
it's
right.
hard to catch a blade that's only about that long and is going through the air like an angry bee.
Well then, frustrated, I will, as a bonus action, cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay.
And I will make something that most kitchen knives can't stand, which is a tomato. Because it's just really hard. It's really hard. Yeah. It's not serrated. So,
there you go.
So a tomato will attack this knife.
We'll say a spiritual tomato apparates. I don't have a tomato mini, my apologies.
It looks
but
really close.
That's as close as I can get there. I'm sorry, Travis.
Time off.
God! Go ahead and roll your attack for your spiritual tomato.
An apple, real nice.
That's a 5. That's a 5. Plus 5 is 10.
That misses.
Yeah. It's all right.
This knife was ready. It hates tomatoes so much, it doesn't want to be near one.
It's a Santoku. They can do anything.
Finish your turn?
Yep.
No.
Imogen, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna step forward a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a bit closer, maybe 10 feet forward.
You got it.
And I want to be, as long as I'm within 30 feet of what's happening.
30 feet of a lot of it. You have to get a little closer if you want to get near the table, but.
Okay, I'm gonna step forward 10 more feet then. All right. All right, and I'm gonna spend a sorcery point.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hold my hand up, and you're gonna see these lightning flares that are on my arm start to get a bit brighter and climb up my arm a bit. And I'm gonna use Twin Spell.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt at the kitchen knife and the rug at the same time.
You've got it. Okay, roll for an attack for each.
Twin Witch Spells.
Oh, cool. 1 and a 20. That was great.
Which one was for which?
The 20 was for the knife and the 1 was for the rug.
Okay, you got it.
Whoa, that's nuts.
So the rug at this point, ducking out of the way of the flames, also ducks the way out of the bolt that you were mostly focusing on the knife, since that seems to be the hardest to hit. So that witch bolt goes wide and just strikes the stone for no reason. However, the other one directly impacts the knife as it tries to duck out of the way. And you see the knife suddenly surrounded by this kind of purple, flashing electric aura of energy. Go ahead and roll damage and double it.
Wow. 10 times 2.
I saw the one finger and I was like, 1.
2.
How do you want to do this?
Hey! Fuck that knife.
Just for a second, my eyes.
No. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
It's on small print on the packaging.
Just for a second, you see my eyes flicker pure
Roll
white.
endorses knife fucking.
No!
I wouldn't sign it on.
Story at 11.
And a lightning bolt is gonna come out of my hand and just turn the knife bright white, and just kind of, I don't think I can crumble it, but it's gonna turn the knife completely black.
Okay. As the arc hits it, you watch as it dissipates and the knife hits the ground, clink, and just kind of bends on the impact. It's so heated by the impact that it's just completely bereft of enchantment.
Nice.
That finishes your go.
You know what? I'm gonna use my telekinetic shove, and I'm gonna pull this little robot dude. He seems like he might be struggling a bit, and just pull him back 5 feet away from that
You
knife.
got it.
Ooh, telekinetic what?
You don't know what happened, but you got dragged back across the ground. As you look around, all you see is this woman, hand out, staring at you.
Shiny day to you.
Oh, you too.
Oh no! It is now the rug's turn. The rug, less worried about the fire, more worried about the one that pulled it off of its previous quarry is going to go after you, Dorian. Not bad, not bad. Oh, it does have Bane on it. It's -1. Not too bad. Puts it at a
I see you went to Wayfair.
16.
It does at that, yes.
All right.
How dare you?
Are now wrapped in grapple by it. Unable to move as you now pulled tightly with it. No sight, nothing, and you can feel the bones in your shoulders starting to like get ready to pop out of the socket with the force that it's crushing on you. It's not fun. Finishing its go. Ladna, you're up.
All right, so we have the rug and the table, right?
Chairs. We have all
The rug. I almost have a picnic. I'm gonna fuck the rug.
Yep.
Well,
It seems like more of a problem. Eldritch
thing.
Blast to the rug. 14.
14 does it.
All right.
hey.
Here's a weird one. Okay, all right. 9 damage.
9 damage. How do you want to do?
Hey! Well, I was going to say, because of my form of dread, it would have to make a wisdom saving throw or be afraid of me. But since I kill it,
It's so afraid of you, it's
yes,
dead.
I
Can't get more
look
afraid.
into the rug's eyes, or where I perceive its eyes to be, its tassels, and I just look deep into it as I just coat it with black ooey. And I go, yes.
It falls to the ground and slowly begins to just turn into this like
Wanted you
crimson.
to know it was me.
This crimson sludge that just sloughs off of you into the ground. You glance right up at this terribly frightening black-veiled creature.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Oh, this is fun.
It's so much fun. Did you just do that?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
She shouts from 40 feet away.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, that finish your go?
Yes.
You want to move or stay put?
No,
All right,
I'm quite comfortable.
your turn, sir.
I'm immediately quite concerned about the creepy-ass bitch 40 feet away, dripping with the goo. But I think she's friendly, so I will... what's left? The table?
Table.
Yeah.
Table.
I will unsheath my gambler's blade rapier and rush towards the table and take a mighty strike. Don't fucking laugh. And I will wager a +3 to hit on it.
All right, you go for it.
That's a 25 to hit. Still better learn.
I still got it.
The leadness pencil. 8 points of damage, of slashing damage.
You got it. As you cut through the table, a deep cut. That table looks cut. Probably have to knock a price off of it in the window.
Fire
A
sale.
second slash, yes.
You do it.
Okay.
At your level, you do.
Oh, yes, beautiful. That's a 26 to hit.
That
was
hits. Roll damage the second
fantastic.
time.
Rolling the thing. And 7 points of slashing damage.
Nice. Twice carving into it as I spray my map. My apologies.
Thank you, sir.
That's it.
Go to the map
I don't say anything, but I saw Laura go.
Drink of my blood.
It's gonna be on the big screen.
Oh, God.
Slow-mo.
Sorry. Anyway.
We'll get the first one.
3, 2,
Yeah. Slash zone. Slash zone.
Sorry, everyone in the first 3 rows has ponchos.
2 deep gashes in the table. Good job. Your turn's over. It is now the table's go.
Oh no.
Oh, this guy's. Both of these guys have run. They are way out of it. The table is going to go ahead and. The deep gash is going to turn on you.
No, wait.
It's got disadvantage.
It does because it's within.
Yeah, it's within 15 feet of me.
That's true. Yeah.
Ooh.
15 feet of
That's a lot of feet.
15 of them.
Still an 18 on its lowest roll.
Oh. Might we parlay?
That's. Oh. That is 19 points of bludgeoning damage against you.
I will take,
Wait, what?
I will see this happening to this old geezer. And,
okay, I'm upright.
And I will transfer half of his suffering to myself.
Okay, so you're gonna use that reaction ability. Okay.
So half damage to you.
Bless you, small creature.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
All right, so you take half that damage.
Great.
So I get 9, he gets 10, or he gets 9, I get 10.
I'll take 10, you take 10.
Yeah. So he takes 10, you have 9 temporary hit points at the moment from that. So I cut off. Great.
Amazing.
That finishes the table's go, because it's not going to move from its space.
Fuck your table.
Wrapped around. That brings us to Ashton. You're up.
I just watched lightning come out of this purple-haired woman and fry the knife I was about to fuck with. So, a little put out. I'm just gonna take a big spin and see if I can knock the feet out of this table.
Go for it.
I have advantage because it's flanked. That's a natural 20.
Oh.
And I'm putting a Chaos Burst into that.
Go for it.
Because, you know, that's gonna be awesome. So let's add some lightning damage to that. All right.
Let's do it.
Hammer's gonna crackle a bit. Get going. Oh, it's done. Oh my god, it's done. Okay. That's 7 points that don't get doubled. 7 standard. And then 18 doubled.
Wow.
So 18 and then...
And then double the 18 and then add 7.
I think I want to do this.
I am going to spin around, knock all 4 feet out, flip over, crack it in half, and then just keep hitting it until it's powdered.
The table snaps with a loud cracking noise, and then smash, smash, smash over and over again. This table just eventually is reduced to a pile of splinters.
No, I could probably recycle some of that. Okay.
That was very well done, all of you. That was very impressive. That's quite the hammer you have there.
Thanks, old person. Yeah. What the fuck was that?
No idea.
Oh, yeah. No, do you need... Oh.
No, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Hit me next time, just before...
I'm all right. I'm all right.
You do take the 9 damage.
Oh. That was... Does that happen here all the time, Ashton?
I've broken a lot of furniture in my time, and I've never actually had any fight back. So this is new. Maybe it knows.
Who it belonged to.
Thank goodness all y'all were here.
Where the fuck that cart go?
Yeah.
I'm gonna run towards where the fuck that cart went.
Where the fuck the driver go?
There was a big flash of
Oh, the cart's right there.
magic energy as it happened. So I feel like somebody set it off. Hi.
Hello, yes, hello.
Yeah, Orm's just looking at all these strange people.
I'm sorry, do you all know each other?
I know her.
Uh-huh.
I know them.
I know them.
We're like a trio, sort of.
Yeah, it's a lot of fingers. You worked remarkably well together. I have to commend you on that. It was almost as if you were moving in concert, a great deal of talent on display.
It was just improvised.
We just fought a rug.
Yeah.
There's like 3 words in life.
It was a really scary rug. I mean,
I was gonna try to save it. But,
yeah, I saw.
Are you from Jusar?
No.
I'm not.
Are you, by any chance looking for, more of this sort of work, or just passing through?
Is there money involved?
Is there clout involved?
Clout?
Yeah.
Yeah, would it get the attention of maybe, you know, the, what were they called?
The Shande Quorum.
Yeah.
Oh, I think there could be plenty of clout and
Do you know
some
them?
money.
Money, I'm in.
Do I know them?
You're in.
My
Is
dear.
there a place
I do.
to train to show you how to fight furniture properly?
You have
Yes.
more shiny.
Yes. In a city such as this, of course.
So this is what we would be doing?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry,
This
who?
was probably just a training exercise of some sort. You're right. This is terribly rude of me. I was just so excited seeing you all. My name is Sir Bertrand Bell. It's a pleasure to meet all of you.
You're a knight?
Are you a noble?
Not a noble. A knight is generous, but it was a title bestowed upon me, and I didn't show it away.
Who bestowed it on you?
Are you familiar with Vasselheim?
Oh, you're not going to answer my question.
I'm so sorry.
Who bestowed it on you?
I don't know if you would.
I don't know.
That is.
It was bestowed upon me already.
Oh
I mean, we knew that already.
Has he had that over there?
That is so cool. I really
What the hell?
Where did you even?
How?
Why? Why?
What? Just getting a sip, guys.
It's really cute.
Just a simple home game.
It actually is very cool.
Oh my lord.
What does it
It looks like it's like out of Borderlands or something.
Yeah.
It's cool. What do you have on the front?
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
But it was a brand new, clean container when you started, and you just gussied up the outside,
What
right?
is that?
That's right.
You're drinking out of it?
Oh, yeah.
That's really cool.
Did you get that at the Warner lot? What is that?
I mean, if you're gonna derail, this is the best way to derail.
Yeah.
Let's be fair.
Sorry about that.
I'm sorry, you said Vasselheim? I'm not familiar.
Are you familiar with the Dawn Marshals at Vasselheim? I've been around Taldore, Vasselheim, Sora. It doesn't really matter.
Heard of that.
The important thing is you all displayed tremendous talent, and I know someone that would pay well, perhaps, for services that you might render.
This is over.
Will
This
it
is
be an
going to be going for
emotionally
another
enriching
couple
experience?
hours. Go to Critical Role on Twitch to
Yes.
watch what's
all
happening
things
right
in
here.
life. Have you heard the name
I'm
Lord
gonna be watching,
Estos?
but I'm stopping
Have
my
we?
stream.
I'm
I'm done for
make
the
a
evening.
history check. Those of you who have
It's been fun. Peace.
been
I'm Lone Wolf,
in
and
market
I'm
for
out.
some time. I'd say probably
15.
fresh cut grass. Yeah,
Ooh. A history check?
history check.
19.
Oh. 15.
15.
15. None of you have heard the name.
Oh, actually, 0.
No, I've never heard of him.
I know this all seems a bit strange, not uncommon for someone of my decades. I've seen stranger, but if you would be interested in hearing more, I would love to treat you all to a drink, perhaps some food, and maybe talk it over a bit more, unless you're more interested in finding out